Why you're broke, the brutal truth no one will tell. Let's cut the bullshit. You're not broke because of the economy. You're broke because you don't own anything that scales. You rent your time to someone else who does. That's the truth nobody wants to tell you. You've been sold a scam your entire life. Go to school, get good grades, get a job, save a little, and maybe by 65 years old, you can retire. Has anyone you know ever got rich that way? Because that script was never designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you obedient. The system isn't broken. It works perfectly for the people who actually built it. The rich built the game, the poor play in the game. That's why you feel stuck. That's why every paycheck is gone, and before it hits your account, you're scrambling. There's rent, there's car payments, there's credit cards, there's Netflix, there's DoorDash. You see, you don't own any asset. You're renting all these liabilities. And then you wonder why you're broke. Here's the harsh truth. You don't own a product. You don't own a service. You don't own a system. You own a job. And that job is modern day slavery with a nicer paycheck. If you're not in the top 1% of your field, you're one layoff away from the collapse. Even if you are in the top 1%, you're still capped. You're still stuck working. And the moment that you stop working, you stop eating. That's not wealth. That is a treadmill. And as long as you blame the economy, the government, your boss, you lose. Because the second you blame, guess what? You hand over control. Wealthy people, they don't blame. They build businesses, they build systems, and they create ownership in what they build. That's why they get richer while the middle class disappears. So here is the line in the sand. No one is coming to save you. Not your boss, not the government, not some magical unicorn or opportunity. The only way out is to stop playing as a consumer and start playing as a producer. And that is the only way that you're ever gonna escape this. You will never get rich renting your time. You will never get rich flipping coupons. You will never get rich saving pennies in a 401k. The only path is to own a product or service-based business, period. Look at Jeff Bezos, Musk, Steve Jobs, Gates. They didn't trade their time for money. They built something that solved a problem. You don't need to be a genius to do the same thing on a different level. The formula is very simple. All you have to do is find a painful problem, solve it, sell it, systemize it, and scale it. That is the game. Most people screw this up because they chase passion instead of pain. They build a fun side hustle no one needs. Then they cry when the damn thing doesn't sell. You don't get rich by selling what you love. You get rich by selling what people hate. The pain that they want solved right now. Once you understand that and you get to the problem, you package the solution and you keep it simple, easy. The one thing that people do is they go out and build a 10-module course before they've ever sold one spot. You want to build it after you sell it. You don't hire a team of 10 people with no revenue. You just make an offer and you sell it, and if you can't sell it, it doesn't matter how good it is. That's why most people stay broke. They're scared of rejection. They're scared to sell. They tinker, they procrastinate, and meanwhile, winners are out there closing deals, making mistakes, and learning faster on the fly. And once you start making money, here's the mindset shift that you're gonna have to make. Rich people don't think, how do I work more hours? They think, how do I build a system that works without me? That's the graduation from a hustler to a true operator. If you stop at hustle, congrats, you just built yourself another job. But if you systemize, you automate, and you hire, you've built a machine that prints money, whether you're grinding 14 hours a day or sitting on a damn beach somewhere. That's how you escape broke. Not by saving on lattes, not by hoping for a raise, no, by building something, by owning something, selling something, and scaling something. How the rich think about money is a little bit different. And here's where most people blow it. Broke people think in hours. What's fair? What's the average rate? Rich people think in value. If I save your business $1 million, does it matter if I work 20 hours or 200 hours to do it? No, it doesn't. No one cares about my time. They care about the result. That's why I can charge 100 grand and you'll happily pay it, because it's pennies compared to the value. Meanwhile, broke people brag about working 60 hours a week for $25 an hour. That's not hard work, that is slavery. So here is the framework. You have to anchor the problem and understand the value. If the problem is costing someone $100,000 a month, anyone can charge $10,000 a month to solve it. If it's costing them $1 million, you can easily charge $100,000 to solve it. What you need to understand is to detach completely from time. You have to sell outcomes, not hours, and you have to price things that are realistic and set the frame in a good way. This is the price, this is the result, take it or leave believe it. And think in multiples, not margins, because employees ask, how do I make $5 more an hour? Rich people ask, how do I add a zero to this deal? I'll give you some proof. At 23 years old, my consulting practice was doing $75,000 a month. It wasn't doing this because I was the smartest person. It was doing this because I understood value. By the age of 30, I was making $200,000 a month every single month, working the same hours, doing the same effort, and the only thing that changed is, guess what? Smarter pricing. That is the game. Your roadmap out of the broke is very simple, and it consists of 5 steps. Step number 1, you need to pick a market with pain. Passion doesn't pay. Pain. You need to find a business that exists, and you need to solve their pain. If there is no pain, there is no paycheck. Step number 2, you need to build a simple offer. Winners don't overcomplicate things. They package direct solutions in a sentence. I solve X problem for who, and that is it. That's their offer. Step number 3, you need to go out and sell it before you build it. This is where broke people save years tinkering and stick in procrastination. What you want to do is you don't need to perfect it out of the gate. You need to get it off the ground. The rich want to sell first. They want to see if there's demand for it, and then they want to innovate it and make it better as time goes on. That is what you need to do. Step number 4, you need to install a system to sell the business. Business doesn't run on luck. You need consistent lead flow. You need a sales process. You need a way to collect money daily. You need a system that turns the little hustle into an actual business. Step number 5, you need to automate and scale. Hustling forever is another trap, because once you have a proven system, you can replace yourself. You can literally fire yourself from the company and make the same amount of money. So what I would encourage you to do is automate, hire, build your processes to where your business can run without you. If it can't run without you, it is a job in disguise. True wealth has a machine that runs it. It's not relying on one person, and that is the roadmap. It is not easy, but it's simple. Average people will nod their heads, scroll, and stay broke. Winners will hear this, take action, and escape, but the choice is yours. Most people watching this will do nothing. A year from now, they'll stay broke, they'll stay stuck, they'll stay average, and the worst part of it is the ones terrified of wasting your potential. This is your wake-up call, because average is a disease. It robs you of your time, it robs you of your freedom, and it definitely robs you of your legacy. And here's the biggest lie that you've been told, that freedom is free. Freedom is the ability to walk away when you choose to. It is the ability to live life on your own terms, and you can't do anything without money. And without money, you don't have a choice, because you can't be free if you're broke. You're still chained, just with a longer leash. Money is a tool, freedom is the goal. So now you've got 2 options here. You can stay comfortable, keep making excuses, and die average, or you can get uncomfortable and start building and buy yourself freedom. That's what this channel is about. It's not about hype, it's not about fluff, it is about psychology, the strategy, and the raw truth that will allow you to escape from average forever. So if you're done being average, subscribe right now, lock in, because I'm gonna keep dropping content on you every single week that 1, challenges you, that 2, offends you, and 3, hopefully it inspires you and forces you to grow. And if you stick with me, I promise you won't just make money, you'll build freedom, and you'll build a life worth living. Because broke people scroll, average people settle, but winners, we learn, we execute, we dominate. So be great, enjoy the day.